All right, there we go. So thank you for joining me, and I am thankful that you're here. And this is kind of a surprise impromptu live for me. I wasn't really planning on doing it, but I had a couple things that I wanted to show you. First off is I did get a thrift haul recently, so I thought I'd show you a little bit about that. The thrift store I was at is notorious for having terrible prices. And it's just something where I go in and kind of look at it and usually leave miffed and disappointed. So I got two things there, which is two more than normal. And this was in a bag right here. Hi, Erica. Thanks for joining me. So this right here is something I had never heard of before. So it is called Reynolds Saucy Mercerized Cotton. And I did look this up online, and it doesn't look like it's still being manufactured, but it is sold in a few different places. I'm gonna give it a quick smell since it came from a thrift store. It's fine. But you can still buy this in a few places, and it seems to go about $3 to $5 a ball. So there was one, two that had labels on them that were the full skein size, and then I've got two more here without labels. That do look a little bit smaller. You know what? I actually think this might be part of what's next. So I've got two of these right here, and I think this is a 4-weight yarn. And then two of these that are smaller, a tiny little glob, and then there was also actually a cone. And this is very fine right here. I would assume it's probably from the same manufacturer, but I am not sure. And then that was $2 for that bag. And this actually had 6 in them here. So I'm going to get this out. This is called Saucy Sport, and same company, but it is a sport weight yarn, and it's black here. So actually, yeah, this looks much more like what this is. Like if this had the label on it, I think that would be more like that than this. Yeah, it seems obvious now. So I think this is Saucy Sport. These say they are 100% mercerized cotton, 50 grams, 123 yards. And it just says color lot. Made in Brazil, exclusively for Reynolds Yarns, a division of CKA Incorporated. So yeah, kind of interesting. This other one, the Reynolds Saucy, 100% cotton, 100 grams, 185 yards. Again, made in Brazil for Reynolds Yarn. So anyway, what did I pay? $3 for 6 of these, and then this assortment. So pretty good, especially for that particular thrift store. So let me tell you a little bit why I'm excited about this project. So I am redecorating my office at work, and my office is in a 1950s building, and it's a very specific type of building. It's called Lustrin. It's an all-metal building. They were made after World War II, and they were only made for 2 years. So it has a bit of a bomb shelter feeling, and I just decided I wanted to kind of go all in and make it much more 1950s because I love mid-century stuff. So I was on Etsy looking for a few different things, and one of the things I was looking for was a file holder for the wall, so I can put a file in it. And I work my husband, if you don't know, so then when he comes out, he can grab the file out of the holder on the wall by his room. And I couldn't find a mid-century one. I found some, but they were very expensive. But I did get then on Etsy, this came up. It was the Boho Book Nook by Bell and Bean Crochet. And I just printed this in, hi Claire, great to see you. I just printed this off at my work computer, so it's black and white. I'll try to get that a little bit closer there so you can see it. But I love that style, and I know that's definitely more 70s than mid-century, but I still love it. I wanted to make it out of cotton. So I had got this black at the thrift store, and I went to Joann's. And I did pick up this sugar and cream, and this is the color, it has a color number. You would think it would have a color name too. Overcast Twists is what this one is called right here. So this particular, I always want to call patterns recipes. This particular pattern is for, you hold 2 strands of 4-weight yarn together. So I am doing black and this. And I will say, my choice of yarn here, you cannot see the pattern in the pattern. You can see all of the cool stitches that are on there. There's a bunch of bean stitches. You can't see any of that on mine, but I still really like it. And I will use the pattern to make one of these for myself. But this is where I am at so far. So yeah, you can see my line of double crochets right here, but you cannot see my bean stitches. I mean, you can kind of see where it changes direction. So this will, come up here, and I have a few more rows to go, and then it'll have the little connectors, and I put it on the dowel. So I'm excited about it. Yeah, not the best representation for the pattern, but I like this. It'll go with my office, and I will definitely make another one. And while we are on the subject of Joann's, my Joann, I've seen Ginger and Kim from Yarn Geek and Affordably Crafty. I have seen both of them post clearance at Joann's, and my Joann had 0, absolutely no clearance yarn whatsoever. So I did get a good deal on my sugar and cream, because these were normally, I think, $4.50 or $4.99, and they were, I think they were $4.50 normally, and they were on sale for $3.99, and then there was a coupon for 20% off of anything. So I did get it for less than that, and I was pretty happy with that, but no clearance at all. There was one thing that I saw that was kind of cool, and I have never tried this yarn before, but Kristen over at Kristen Crochets really, really loves the Bernat Forever Fleece Finer. Let me know if you have also used this, because I haven't. I know Kristen had gotten hers at Michael's, and it was a limited time deal there, but they had some at Joann's. They were, I don't know if this is the same as before, but they just had a real limited selection. Hi, Justine. You didn't see any either. I am bummed for you. But maybe we're just behind the times. Maybe we'll get some good ones like next month, maybe. I don't know. I hope so for us. Not that we probably need any more. But yeah, with the Forever Fleece Finer, it was more like kid-related colors. There was a white and a black, I believe, and like it was a combined white and black, and then there was white, and I think there was black. But then there was a very bright one that had pinks, and a very bright one that had blues, and then a pale yellow. So Erica is saying that she had some clearance down in Florida. So that is awesome. Did you get anything, Erica? Or did you just stop in and then leave like a responsible person without any yarn? So yeah, I kind of lost my train there. Oh yeah, the Forever Fleece Finer. That is new to Joann, and it was kind of expensive. I think they had it marked at $12, and when I was there on Saturday, they did have, they called it all baby yarns were 30% off. So that brought it down to like 9 something. And then that additional 20% off, would have brought it down a little bit more than that. But just window shopping. That was very responsible of you. um, Although I will say I made it out pretty cheap too. Claire is not super excited by the Joann clearance. I don't think their clearance sales are really that great of prices. I know last year I was able to get some good deals, but it was because I just happened to be there when there was a coupon on the app that you could actually use on clearance. It was like an additional 25% off clearance, which I don't see very often. And yeah, I do think that's kind of the only way to get a good deal on their clearance. So yeah, and then when you just come off of the Hobby Lobby clearance sale where you're getting stuff for 75% off and it blows your mind, it is definitely hard to compete with that. So that is how it goes. But I did have just a couple other things that I did want to share real quick. So you're kind of seeing like a little bit of a sneak peek because on Friday I am going to have my yarn reveal of my yarn room, not yarn reveal, yarn room reveal. I spent a lot of time cleaning this, and that is not something that comes super easy to me. I get really bogged down by minute details and start overthinking and then get frustrated. And then when I look around and see the mess I have made, I just want to shut down because it's a lot. But I was very excited about this project, and I just tried to keep in perspective like how much I enjoy yarn and how much I enjoy my yarn and how pretty it is, to kind of keep me motivated to keep going. But I'm super excited about this video. It's not like a terribly long video. I think it's only like 20 minutes. And I show you a little bit inside of my yarn closet, and then the rest of my spare room. So this room has to be a guest room for me at my house. So it still has to be functional. And as you can see, I do have a little bit of yarn out here. But yeah, I'm very, very excited about showing you guys this video on Friday. And it should go up, I think, mid-afternoon. I'm on Central Time. But I have also started doing a podcast, and I kind of wasn't sure the direction I wanted to go or if I wanted to do it, but I just wanted to try. I had seen that it's just something that YouTube is going to be working and promoting a little bit more, and more people are, listening to podcasts. So I thought I would at least give it a try, and maybe like through the end of the year kind of see how it goes. And I'm definitely not leaving YouTube at all because I really enjoy like the process of making videos. But I just kind of wanted to throw it in. So if it is something that you are interested in, or you care about, or you want to try out, I went through the Podcasters for Spotify app. It's a free app. It's on your phone. They make it super duper easy where like you don't really even need equipment at all. I don't know about that, Erica. I don't know. Like, some of you guys have such like beautiful regional accents, and I don't know if you guys know that comic Charlie Barron's from Wisconsin, but I feel like I kind of sound like that. So I don't know. It's just a lot of Midwest all coming out, but thank you anyway. But yeah, I use that app. It is super easy. You don't need any thank you, Claire. You don't need any equipment or anything. And it goes right up on Spotify, which makes it super duper easy. But I wanted to also like put it on YouTube, because if I'm doing the work once, it just seemed to make sense, like, maybe just upload it on YouTube as well. And my channel name is Shannon Talks Yarn, so I guess it would make perfect sense to talk about yarn on a podcast as well. but we'll see how it goes. I mean, I've had decent views on them, so we'll see, but it's like, it's just audio. I was able on my last one to put a picture on it, so you weren't just like staring at a blank screen. But there is that like weird, disconnect, I guess, from it being a video. But that's just something, like I said, we'll see how it goes. A lot of other people, like bigger podcasters, will like film themselves doing the podcast. Like if you've ever watched a video from like Think Media or somebody like that. But I do everything on my phone. So I can't film myself doing a podcast and do both on my phone. And it would be like the worst angle ever, because it would be like coming from here because I'm talking into the microphone. So that's just not going to happen. So like I said, I will continue trying that out and just see how it goes. And if I'm not enjoying it, or if it's like hurting my channel, I will stop. But for now, I am going to keep doing that. And you are able on there to actually have a guest and do like a 2-person, actually it might even be more than 2, I'm not sure, but I know for sure you can like interview someone on there. So I have no idea yet what I would interview anybody about, but if that is something you are interested in, like if you just want to try it out with me, let me know, because I would love to work on that. And the good part about trying it is that hardly anybody is watching these yet, so they'll never know if it turns out terrible. That's actually how I convinced myself to start my YouTube channel. And I think it was Gary Vaynerchuk, probably, Gary V, if you follow him at all. Super motivational type of guy. But he's like, yeah, it's fine if you suck in the beginning because nobody's going to be watching anyway. So that's how I got the courage to start, because I'm like, nobody will see it. So if I'm terrible, doesn't matter. But yeah, so I will have, today is Tuesday, so this will obviously be up today. And then on Thursday, I'm going to put that podcast up. And then Friday afternoon will be my super clean yarn room reveal. So I am very, very excited about all these things. And I do have a few other videos kind of in the works. I'm just not sure yet what order I want to put them in. Does anybody else struggle with this, where you have all these ideas? And I have got projects for like 5 videos started, but I'm just like, how do you know like where to focus and what you want to go on? Because every time I try to write up a schedule and plan out like for the month, like, oh, do this on this day and this on this day, I don't do any of those on the day that I planned. So I don't know. If you have a tip, I would really, really love to know about that. Just to help me be a little more focused. I've got a video in the works where I am going to transform some Dollar Tree slippers. I have got, what else do I have? Like, that's the first one on my mind right now. I've got some Red Heart Ombre videos where I've made some bags, but I'm kind of held up on that because I need to sew some linings, but maybe I just do it without the linings. And then I just tell you in the video that I'm going to put a lining in it, maybe. Maybe that's how I get myself over that hump. Possibly. But yeah, I've got a handful of things, and some of them are kind of like springy, farmer's markety type of feel to them. Hi Denise, it's good to see you. So it's just hard for me to know like what to go with. I've also got one where I have done a bunch of crochet for my bedroom for like a bedroom decor reveal, and I've literally been talking about this for like 2 months and just haven't filmed the video even though everything's almost done and I think it would be super easy. But I really haven't seen a lot of that on YouTube, where there's people like doing room reveals for what they've got. And so I don't know if it's because like I'm an innovator or if it's because no one wants to see it. Like, it really could be either one. Do you guys ever, like, for those of you with channels, do you ever have those moments of doubt where you're like, oh my gosh, I'm like, I'm gonna blow everybody's mind with this new concept, but then it turns out it's not new, it's just nobody wants to see it. I don't know. I don't think I'm the only one who has those doubts about that, but it's all for fun. So that is how it goes. Other than that, I don't think that I really have. Oh, Claire says she feels like that all the time. I am sorry you feel that way, Claire, but I am a little bit relieved that it isn't just me. If anybody's on here on the live and they don't know Claire's channel, it's called Woodshed Theory, and I stumbled upon her channel, I want to say a couple years ago. And she had, I want to say maybe the first video I saw of hers was some Just Chenille from Dollar Tree, and she had made some projects out of that. And she has, her channel is very niche. She'll be the first to tell you that. But she is a just a fun lady who is late diagnosed autistic spectrum, and just kind of goes over her life and her experiences, and it's a really neat channel. And if you don't know anything about some of that, a lot of people on the autism spectrum have very specialized interest, and yarn is one of them for a lot of people. So she has really great content that is yarn related, not just autism spectrum. So definitely check her out if you get a chance. And I'm going to check this comment here real quick. Okay, yes, Claire, I also thought about doing a Temu thing where I thought I would look at some of the things that were crochet and craft related. I have also thought about that with, oh my gosh, what was the other? AliExpress, I think, was the other one where I had thought about looking at getting. I mean, there was things on there like crochet hooks and safety eyes and different things like that. So yeah, I agree. You doubt yourself and then you don't do it, and then you look around and you're like, man, I should have done that for sure. Hi, Patricia. You are having a hot and sunny day in Oklahoma. I am a little bit jealous of you. So number one, I am surprised that your weather isn't warmer than it is more of the time. You were cold pretty late in the season, but we had a week ago we had 80-degree weather in Iowa, and then over the weekend we got snow again. All day Sunday it snowed. So it didn't stick, thankfully, but it was snow all day. So it's still, I think, only like 30 something, maybe 40 here today. So I am a little bit jealous that it is hot and sunny. I'm glad you like the yarn. So do you want to know what my plan is? I have this mercerized cotton. So again, another one of my plans that I haven't started. But I have this yarn, and then I have a dark navy blue yarn that is also mercerized cotton. So maybe let me know in the comments, like, if this is like something people would watch or not. But I think I'm going to do it anyway, even if nobody watches it, just for my own use. But I have two dresses that I bought from Target, and I bought them like during the pandemic era where you couldn't try things on, and it's an hour for me. Well, I ended up getting two dresses, and I liked them, but then I washed them and they are a little bit too short for my comfort. Like, they're just like weirdly above my knees, and I would prefer them to be just below my knees. So I was thinking about like adding some crochet trim to the bottoms of these dresses, so that it would elongate the hem by like a couple inches. But I don't know if that's a lame video or if that's helpful. I mean, maybe people that crochet already know you can do this? I don't know. But like I said, I think I might do it anyway just because I want the dresses to be longer, and they've been sitting in my closet now for like 2 years, not being worn, because I feel like they're too short. Yes, Roxana, you also need the motivation and time. I get that. So, this was a mess for several months before I started this. So, I feel like you kind of have to be in the right mood to tackle it too. Like you have to be like in a positive, like motivated type of thing. It really didn't take me terribly long, but I already had a lot of the organizational supplies handy, so that helped. Um, I'm also an empty nester, so I work full time, but I don't have a ton of responsibilities. So I was able to leave the room a mess and kind of come and go with my work schedule to make it work. So hopefully, like I said, I'll have that reveal up Friday afternoon. So hopefully it'll either give you some tips or some motivation to, tackle it yourself. Because mine definitely looks a lot different than like a lot of people's. I think I don't have the space where I'm going to be able to do like a huge impressive yarn room or anything like where you have like the whole wall. Like I would love that. Don't get me wrong. I would love to see it. Thank you, Claire. Um, I would love to be able to look at my yarn like that, but it's just not practical for our house. It's not a huge house and it's an old house, so it's going to be what it is. But yeah, hopefully this can kind of help you and give you a little bit more motivation for that. So I think I will probably wrap it up here, but I am just thankful for those of you who joined me, and I'm excited I got to share my sneak peek of all my room. Check there, look at that, right up there, right there, right there, a little more over there and there. But there's a bunch more on this side of the camera that you can't see, so I'm super, super excited. Oh, so I'm like pointing at you with my yarn there. But the other thing I did do is I don't have them up yet. They'll probably go up Friday. But I made a channel trailer. So I've seen various videos and stuff where YouTube gurus tell you to make them or not to waste your time. But I did actually make a channel trailer so that it plays when it's the first time they come to the page, they see it. And then I made one for like people who, I think it shows it to you if you're not subscribed and you show up, but you've already been to the page once. So I'll have those up, but I won't be publishing them. Like I won't have it go out in the notifications or whatever. It'll just be on the page. But if you are so inclined, check that out just to give it a couple more views. I would appreciate it. But I do want to just thank everybody for popping in, especially since I didn't even tell anybody I was doing this or hadn't planned on it earlier. I just was feeling productive. Oh, also another empty nester. Yeah, it's kind of nice. You miss your kids, but it's nice being an empty nester. But yeah, thank you guys so much for joining me on this. I really appreciate it. And yeah, please stop in on Friday and check out my room reveal. And thank you, as always, for talking yarn with me. Bye, guys.